Okay, Manette. So, as I said, we're going to make kind of revision regarding lesson 3.1. Okay. This lesson talk about how geographical features influence where people live. Okay. And when we learned about this part, we got that people spread. Okay. لو سمحتم ما حدش يبعت لي messages من فضلكم. لو سمحتم. No messages. Okay. طيب. Areas around people around the world, okay, they spread uneven. Some areas around the world, you're going to find them crowded. Other areas might not be crowded. When the area is crowded, we call it highly populated. When there is few people live there, we call it sparsely populated. Okay. So, in fact, there are many reasons for this. Reasons that made areas crowded and other reasons which has made areas less crowded or sparsely populated. Okay. Time. First thing which is affect the way people spread, it is a geographical feature, the natural resources. Yeah. Guys, mute your mics. Okay. So the area which is having flat land, farmland area, stuff like that, you're gonna find it more crowded than the mountainous one, for example. So this is geographical feature. Even if the area is near of source of fresh water, this is for sure will attract people to live over there because they're having natural source of fresh water. Okay, so two of the important things which is affect the way people spread all over the earth, the geographical features and the natural resources. Okay, those here in this picture here, those are types of geographical features. Okay, type flat land or hills and mountains. For sure, we believe that the flat land would attract people more because it will be easy for them to build houses. It will be easy for them to have transportation network. It will not be costful to do this. Okay, but the mountainous land, it's costful. Okay, like now, مثلا the central area in Mecca, around the center, around Al Haram over there, they are trying to make new hotels, new central area. So they need a lot of they need to do a lot of work with the mountains over there, and it's costful actually, because you need to use certain type of machines, okay, to make new buildings and so on. Water supply, for sure, the area which is having natural water available, this will attract more people. Okay, I don't think you're gonna love to live in an area which is having a problem with the water. I don't think it's because water, it's important for people to survive. They couldn't live without having water. Okay, Bennett?
Okay, miss.
Okay, so simply we can say that areas of the world where it's difficult to obtain water are often sparsely populated. Some places have large amount of fresh water, okay, but this water is frozen all year round, like the pools area, okay. It's frozen. It's frozen in the pools, okay. So as we learned before that actually more than 75% of Earth's water is covered of Earth's surface is covered with water, but only 3% of Earth's water is fresh water. And also, most of this fresh water is frozen in the pools. Okay, so the good thing is to have the water and it's usable. We are able to use it and not have it as a frozen one. Yeah. Okay. Those are some pictures for water sources.
Miss,
Okay, hold on. I will not enter any person now. Sorry. خلاص, too late. Okay. Climate. Okay, the places which is having cool climate, okay, it's attracting people for sure. But what about if it's extreme hot or extreme cold? I don't think will attract people. Okay, people love to live in a place which is having kind of moderate or cool climate or acceptable climate. Okay, so most of the time you're gonna find that areas with extreme weather or extreme climate, extremely high or extremely low, having kind of sparsely populated ones. Okay, Manette?
Okay, Miss.
Okay, those are some pictures related to the climate and how the climate change all over the world. If you look at the map, which is titled climate change, you're gonna find that the red color, it is the hottest area. It is the area which is very close to the equator, and this is the hottest area in the world. Okay, this is the rich one in the middle. Okay.
Yes, Miss.
Also resources. I believe that, okay, resources is an important thing for people to find. Okay, they're going to use the resources to survive. Okay. In fact, if we study about the history of this, the history of how the people settled, okay, a long time ago, you're gonna find that the early settlers looked for places with a good supply. There is a missing O in the good, okay? A good supply of natural resources and wildlife, because this is gonna use those natural resources for to eat it, and maybe they're gonna have use those wild animals for food, stuff like that. So they looked for areas with trees and reeds to use as building, because they're using the trees, the wood from the tree, to make their homes or caves, stuff like that. Okay, طيب. Even they are using the wood like for more warming up, for cooking stuff like this. This is the early settler life. Okay, طيب. دلوقتي now also people think about finding the resources, especially if they are having different type of if they are having type of job which is need resources, which need raw materials. Okay, حلوين.
Okay, Miss.
طيب. And in fact, some cities in the Middle East, it's grow under around the area which is having natural resource, like some new cities grown around the oil, the area which is having natural oil. Okay, because people will be able to find also job because of this. They can work in the oil company. Okay, طبعا the oil I'm talking about, it's not the oil in the picture over here. This is not the natural oil, this is the cooking oil. Okay.
Sorry.
Vegetation. Okay. طيب. Actually, it's difficult to live in an area with which is densely vegetation, having densely ones, actually, like the forest area, like the jungle. Okay, it's difficult to move around and to live over there, and even to build houses. Okay, so vegetation might work like this. Okay, also the area which is having globe, يعني هنا in this part, and vegetation, the one which is having kind of too much vegetation, and also the area is having very low vegetation. Okay, both of those will not attract people to live there, like the desert area or the jungle area. Okay, the desert area, it have very little vegetation, and it's also hard to live and survive on it, like the desert one. And the jungle area, it's hard to move, hard to build homes in the jungle area. So vegetation and having like it need to be in the middle level, not too much, not too less. Okay, so it's considered one of the things which is affect people life. Those are pictures for jungle and desert. Okay, fertile soil. For sure, one very important factor that has influenced the growth of early settlements was the soil. Okay, area with fertile soil allowed people to grow crops to survive. The people not only ate the crops, but also they can trade, they can sell it. So they will get money also. They can make kind of exchange for the price. I'm gonna sell my crops and get what I need, okay?